Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight? It looks like we're off to a slow start, but I am going to be cooking my dinner. Well, mine and my son and his girlfriend's dinner. Thought you could cook along with me to start with, and then we can chat afterwards. So I'm going to get started. When you guys jump in, we can join in. Hello, Meg W. Thanks for joining me. I am cooking a dish I got off the internet during the past year or so. I was looking for something different to do with ground beef. And I see one on a site called Recipe Critic. And it's called Korean ground beef and rice bowls. So I'm going to start with a pound of medium ground beef. We'll start cooking that off. I'll just turn this around so you can get a look there in the pan. I'm going to use my little masher thing I got from Pampered Chef just to break it up. I put a little bit of oil in this pan, just a tiny bit, because sometimes it sticks a bit, but if you're using medium or regular ground beef, you don't really need to add. Sorry to make so much noise here. Cut this on just a little over medium to medium and medium high. So I got it broken up there. Use my little silicone spatula to get the extra meat off there. And you're also going to, your ground beef, you're going to add about 3 cloves of minced garlic. You can add more or less depending on what you like. These were 3 good sized cloves. And this is just a little thing out of my little handy chopper from Pampered Chef, or I don't know, some of you might see it as advertised like a slap chop thing. I just find it easier to throw a few garlic cloves under there and just tap it out so it minces it real fine. It's less work than the knife. So we're just going to keep browning that. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit higher. I don't know, the numbers on the stove, I got a little over 6, between 6 and 7. And in my other pot over here, I cooked about 3 cups of minute rice. You can do whatever rice you can have. Brown rice, white rice, if you want to do your long grain rice, whatever it's easiest for you. Minute rice makes it faster here because this is really quick to cook up. And I've cooked about a cup per person. So when this is browning, I'm going to make the sauce. I'll put the recipe in the description afterwards. We've made it a few times. I find I like to double the sauce. So sauce calls for a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Since I'm doubling it, I'm going to put in 1/2 cup brown sugar. So we got in here, we got Diane Phoenix, we got Amethyst Hayes. What are you doing, Amy? Let's do this in a measuring cup. That's my 1/2 cup brown sugar. That's for a 1/4 cup for a single batch, or a 1/2 cup for a double batch of soy sauce. And we do quite a bit of Asian cooking, so my son bought this great big honking thing of soy sauce. No, the small bottle we seem to go through a lot. It calls for 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. I just use regular sesame oil, or you can get toasted sesame oil. It calls for 2, but we're doubling, so that's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 teaspoons of sesame oil. I'll give that a little white because I need to use the other. I need to use a half teaspoon next. In between that, I'm going to give this a little stir. You're going to cook your ground beef until it's no longer pink. Hello, John. Oh. Hello, Amy.
How are you?
I'm good.
So I missed the very, very beginning. What are you cooking?
This is called, it was a recipe I got off the line from a site called Recipe Critic, and it's Korean ground beef and rice bowls.
Okay.
I was looking for something to make with ground beef besides, the usual, and I didn't have anything like hamburger helper, so I found this recipe in the past year. It's one of those things, if we want something quick and easy at night. It's basically, I got a pound of medium ground beef in there, browning off, and 3 cloves of garlic. You can add more or less. We've discovered we like to double the sauce, so far I've got
sauce is always good.
I got half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of soy sauce, and 4 teaspoons of sesame oil in there.
Okay.
I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of ground ginger, half a teaspoon of crushed red chilies, little dried chilies. This recipe has a little bit of a nip to it.
Yeah, it sounds like it would.
But you can adjust the seasonings, and then half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Let's mix that up. You can adjust seasonings. You can adjust what you want to put into it. Sometimes we put veggies in with it. Tonight I'm just doing some carrots that I cut into little matchsticks, or julienne, or whatever people want to call it. And when this gets just about cooked, then I usually throw the veggies in with it. Somebody want to cut up like little broccoli florets or whatever floats your boat, I guess. There's a lot of fat to this. I might have to drain it a bit. So I grab my little thing to drain it. I have a little half thing here full.
Oh, I need one of those.
I don't even know where I got that. It comes in handy. As long as you can hold it steady. And so the odd times it slipped and I dropped everything in the sink.
Yeah.
Oops. We can see that. So this gets to where the point where I usually throw the carrots in or whatever other vegetables. You can even add some chopped onion if you want.
Kenny says he'll be here in a few minutes.
Okay. I forgot to email the link to about 5 o'clock. So like, oh yeah, I have to do that to people I want to come up. And then I usually pop the lid on to help steam that a bit. Let's put some of my ingredients away. So I got a spot to serve things up. Don't need my recipe book anymore. I wanted to do nice, so I decided to do a cooking one.
Yeah.
Instead of doing trivia or silly questions or whatever tonight, I thought, well, we'll do some cooking and let's see.
I'm going to be doing Christmas music trivia.
Oh, good.
I'll give you the first line of the song and you have to give me the name of the song.
Okay.
And it's funny because I was looking over them and one of them I was like, I know this one. Like I knew the lyric. And then when I saw the answers, I was like, because when I worked in the elementary school, they sang it at Christmas time. Other than that, I would never have known the song.
I seen a cute one, but I'd have to blow it up and make cards or whatever. It was like the emojis, but it was Christmas movies.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool. And then somebody else on Facebook from town here's their business. They shared one that was a Harry Potter trivia.
Ooh.
Let's take a quick. Whoops.
And guess what? It's my last day in the hotel. I get my keys tomorrow.
That's right. The 4th of 10th.
Yes, I am so excited. So I've been the last like 30 minutes, and that's why I was a little bit late. I was because of your live, the next live, and then me going live.
Yep.
And then the lives after that. I was like, I need time to get everything together. So
yeah, you want to be able to get out of there as soon as you can.
Yep. I can't get my keys until noon, but I'll figure out something to do and get out of here. And
it's nice when you can go get your stuff and go get your kitties.
yes. And then so Sunday I work. I've rented a car, or I have a reservation for a rental car, so I'll go get that after work, drive to Fort Worth, and then spend Monday packing, return the rental car, get the U-Haul on Tuesday morning. Because where the U-Haul is I can walk there from my apartment. So
I'm gonna pour this sauce in.
So what's all in the sauce again?
It's soy sauce, brown sugar, sesame oil, black pepper, ginger, and the chili flakes.
That would be really good with like a chicken.
Yeah, like you could do a chicken. You could do that like with ground chicken or ground turkey. I went through a long time. I didn't eat beef. It was bothering my stomach, so I did a lot of stuff with ground turkey because I found it was the closest texture to
beef.
The beef. Ground chicken just has a weird texture, I find.
Hey, Megan. But see, I don't like all the vegetables and stuff, so I would need to do it with like, I don't like maybe a pasta or something. I don't know. But it sounds like it would be very similar to like a teriyaki sauce.
Yeah. It's kind of like a little bit of a honey garlic sauce to it. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot to put my little clay thing back in my brown sugar. Keep it moist. So it's pretty much almost done. I'm just waiting for the carrots. I'll turn that up a little bit. There. You're not looking at my chest or my gut. I'll do that. Where am I? Here I am. Going green, Mom. We're cooking Korean ground beef and rice bowls. And I'm just about done with the meat. I'll give you guys a little peek in just a second. It's ground beef. I've added some carrots to it. There's some garlic in there. Oops. Cheers. I've got some white rice cooked, but you can do brown rice. You can do jasmine or basmati or any of those kinds. Long grain. Just want to cook up, so you got about, I don't know, about a cup per person. I just find it's faster than something like Hamburger Helper, and it's got a lot more
Yeah.
flavor. A little bit more nutrition.
Have more flavor.
A little bit more nutrition and not the additives.
I never really liked Hamburger Helper, and I think it was because my dad always overcooked the hamburger, and so it just didn't taste good to me.
So while that's finishing up, I'm just gonna put the rice in some bowls. I did 3 cups of rice because we like rice.
Right. So I figure it's your night to cook dinner.
Thursday night is my night to cook.
Mm-hmm. So at least you get to eat at a decent time and not at like 11 p.m.
Well, that's it too. And I tried to before my live to have everything cooked and just get a chance to eat before I'm going live.
Well, I'm talking about the nights that it was your son's trying to cook and you didn't get dinner until like 11.
And that's the thing now too. It's my son started working last Sunday night. So he doesn't get up till like 9 o'clock. So pretty much he's not doing a lot of cooking anymore. So I'm pretty much cooking for myself. Or if it's my night to cook, I cook enough for all of us, and I take my serving, leave the other 2. Now we need to. So I've got bowls. I just filled up pretty much. And then, it's hot. Then I just pour some over top in each bowl. I got to the point because I doubled the sauce because when we were doing it, there was lots of meat and veggies, but the rice wasn't all getting covered with the juice, so. Almost done, and then I can sit down and chat with you guys. Pour some juice over there. Oops. Sorry about that, Kenny.
Hi.
You got a haircut.
Yeah, I got one yesterday, actually.
You got the bowl cut, holy crap.
I get one cut like this 2 or 3 times a year, actually.
It's kind of cold weather for getting it cut that short.
That's just why I wear a cap.
Ooh,
I like it like this. I like it like this so I don't have to fool with combing it.
So when you serve it up in the bowls, and then you can garnish it with some green onions. I just chopped up the green. Whoops, where's the camera? Just cut up the green onions fine like that.
That looks yummy. Really yummy.
It's tasty. It's not hard to make either.
Yeah.
I only like a little bit of green onions, but I'll leave that for the rest of them. If a person wanted to, they could toast up your sesame seeds. I just sprinkle a little on top for garnish. I'll show you guys the finished product in a second.
Hey, Diane Phoenix.
And there's the finished. You can add as much green onions or sesame seeds as you like.
Mm.
So just mix up the rest. Or mix it up, mix it in if you want to. So, clean up that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to ring the dinner bell for the downstairs tenants. Grab my water, my dinner, and we can go into the living room, sit down, and we can chat.
Megan, are you asking me? Yeah, so I will be not have a bed for 2 nights, Friday night and Saturday night, because I'll leave Sunday. But I got to Target and I bought a couple new pillows and I bought a body pillow. So I'll use that to help me sleep on Friday and Saturday night. Diane eating triple bacon pizza. Sounds good.
That sounds delicious. Bacon anything sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I think my son and his girlfriend are live streaming downstairs at the same time, so I'm just going to do a quick message to them on Discord. I found Discord come in handy. Come on. Yep. Because you can't say I didn't tell them supper was ready. Oops.
Hey, Lillian.
Hey, Lillian.
That's the handy thing about Discord. I send him a message there, it goes right across his gaming stream, so he can't say he didn't know it was ready. Lillian. Oops.
But,
So modified. Yeah, Kenny was in the basement. Sorry that left you down there. I didn't notice.
no, it's okay. I know you're busy cooking, so it's fine.
Lillian's popping in and say hello. Hello, Megan. Hello. Amy and Kenny. I was thinking some other ideas too. Like I have one about what's on your bucket list.
Bucket list?
Yeah.
Bucket.
Mine would be going to Australia and Hawaii. But more Australia. That's number one.
That's on my list. down further. Your bucket list. The things are you would like to do, or places you would like to go, or whatever before. They say you kick the bucket.
Well, I'd like to eventually be able to. I know I've been to a few states, but I'd like to be able to take a cruise and go on to all the 50 states, visit all 50. I'd like to be able to visit all 50 states.
That's a good goal. You're still young.
Yeah.
One of mine was visiting all the Canadian provinces. So
and you only have like 2 left, right?
I have 2 left. I've been in all of the provinces except Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. And found one of my biological brothers lives in Nova Scotia, so that's a goal in the next year or two, is to travel to Nova Scotia to meet him in person. And I would like to go to Australia.
It's got background noise. Sounds like somebody's watching a game show.
Oh, sorry. Let me get that. I I thought I had it down enough to where it wouldn't bother.
That's a nice angle for you, Kenny. Seeing
Sorry
this
about that.
No, you're good. I just couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
I have it on my on my newer tablet that I got. I have that. I thought I've got the volume on down like 30%. I can turn it down more to where it's not so bad. I try to get it to where I can still hear it, but nobody else can hear it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the barely there.
Huh?
It just says barely there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, cut it down. So. Let's see. Let me see here.
So I have it on the TV, but I got it muted. So so people in the chat, what are your bucket list things? If you could go anywhere or do anything, what would you like to do? I'm getting caught up in my cord again. There we go.
I was actually watching People Puzzle is what I was watching. It's a new game show. See, I ordered that. I got that. I ordered that US TV Go. That.
I haven't heard of that.
It's where you can get like 93 channels, and you get all the channels you got on cable, and all you need is a VPN and an internet service, and it gets charged through your internet service. They don't charge you for cable TV, and you get and I think you pay it one time. You get like a 2-year plan. I think it's like 100 and I can't remember what it was last time I heard it. Um, I can't remember what it was. I think it was like $100 and some a year or something for 2
That's
years.
not bad.
For 2 years, I mean.
For 2 years?
2-year plan. I got the 2-year plan. I'd have to go back on the thing to find out exactly sure what it was, but it may have been a little bit more than that. But I don't have to worry about it I don't have to worry about paying for it for another 2 years. So. I thought, well, why not get, and I can watch the Game Show Network, I can watch the Hallmark, I can watch golf or whatever. I can,
Hallmark Christmas specials coming on.
Yeah, I can. I mean, you get all the channels you get all the channels you get on cable. You get them on that website called USTV.go, and then you just. Like I said, you pick out what the plan you want. There's different ones you can get. You can pay it by the month, or you can get it by the year, or whatever. I went ahead and did it for the year, I think it was, like I said, I think it was a 2-year plan, and I won't have to worry about it for a while.
Meg W says she definitely wants to visit the Galapagos Islands. And Megan says, I'm trying not to get my hopes up about international travel right now, but I want to go to loads of places and want to convert all the things. Megan also says that if anyone's interested in Hallmark and Lifetime movies, they're actually posting quite a few full movies on their YouTube channels. Diane Phoenix wants to go to Scotland.
Yeah, I do have, like I said, I do have notifications that come through a lot of times as well. So on the PC, so.
I also want to go on like a big family vacation, like with the sons and the girlfriends and that. But
that would be fun.
Kind of like just because I want to go back to Cuba, just take them all back to Cuba. But that'll be another year, anyways. Also, also like to go to some of the states and play things like I want to go to New York. Not not so much for the shows and all that, but to visit things like um, Ground Zero and the museum and that some historical stuff. Maybe the Statue of Liberty. Might have to get someone to drive the bigger vehicles like box trucks and school buses. They scare me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what she's talking about, converting all things. Convert vehicles.
Yeah. I had to get a new battery for the van today. Speaking of vehicles, so I had to get a new battery. Still ain't got a power steering pump on yet.
Should have got on the list for the mechanic. It would have been done for now.
Yeah.
Do what now?
You were saying before the mechanic was going to be like 3 weeks out before you could even get him to help to do it for you.
Yeah, well, he's still out. He's still, and he's getting ready to go on vacation here for too long.
But if you booked it back then, it would have been the 3 weeks would have been over.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping I can get Scott from Kicking It Country to come over here and help me. If not, I may have to get somebody else I know that's worked on cars. And he told me, he said, "Now I'm gonna flat out tell you." He said, I'm no mechanic. I said, well, you're looking at somebody that doesn't really that I've never really messed with a fuel pump. I mean, not a fuel pump, but a power steering pump. I said, so I don't know what I'm actually getting into. So it was getting on. See, the thing of it is, we don't know where it's leaking at because we can't find the leak nowhere. All we hear is a squeaking like it not like when you turn the wheel and stuff, like, you know what the sound that makes, you know, and but we can't find the leak nowhere. I've had the power steering hoses changed. I've had all that other stuff changed on the power steering system changed, except for the pump and the reservoir, and that's and that thing being 36 years old, I figure it's time to go ahead and change it.
Yeah.
Hey, Nosh. Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, 36. That thing being 1985, it probably never been off her.
It's older than you.
1985, yeah.
I was 4. Hey, Christina.
In 1985, I was.
And bolts is probably.
22.
And bolts and stuff is probably so rusted on there. Probably going to take rust plaster and get them loose, break them loose.
Let me guess. I sat down. You won out now, don't you, dog? I will be right back, you two.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
No, because it was the thing about it is when we heard that whining noise when you turn the wheels. The funny thing is, it only does it ever so often. But the last time we heard that noise, we checked the flower steering. It was completely dry. It didn't have none in it. So it's got to be going somewhere, but we can't figure out where it's leaking at. Because there's no sign of it on the ground anywhere, or anywhere underneath. And most of the time, you're going to find a leak somewhere on the ground. Most of the time, you're either going to find it somewhere on the ground or somewhere on your somewhere around the engine bay or something.
Yeah.
You're going to find it somewhere most of the time. So. I don't know. But
Let's see. So for the people that just came in, we were talking about bucket list. What's on your bucket list? I know Naj and Christina are new since then, I believe.
Yep. Hey Naj and hey Dyson's Crazy Adventures. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. No, I actually had the I actually had the brake work done on the. I had the brake work checked not too long ago before we started finding out this issue with the power steering. And he checked the brakes, and there was no there was no sign of any. He even changed the back brakes on it. Those are the ones that need changing. And he checked. I went ahead and had him check the front ones to see if they need changing, because I figured them front ones would probably be the same age as the back ones. And he said I still had good life on them, so he didn't say nothing then to me. So, and I know he's usually pretty good about when he runs into an issue, he'll pretty much let me know right up front.
Yeah.
So.
Hello, Sharon. Hello, Angel Gypsy. Christina. Working Contag, okay. Naj would like to see the ruins of Egypt, Greece, and Peru. Greece is on my bucket list, too. I think after watching Mamma Mia, I gotta go. It's like, I'm gonna go see Greece. And my cousin's been there and posted pictures. And I was cooking, guys. I made, those that just came in, made Korean ground beef and rice bowls.
Hey, boondoggle my boomer.
I will put the recipe in the description afterwards. Hey, Lance.
Hey, Lance.
So after my live's over, we're going to jump over to V's. She's got a guest host tonight because she had another commitment. So we'll go see Mr. Lance over there. And then after that, we're going to go see Amy.
Because Charlie Grace can't go live tonight. Or she isn't going live. She isn't going live in December.
Makes sense. She's going to try those rice bowls.
I didn't see a thumbnail for
V's?
No, not that one. I didn't see a thumbnail for Thin Blue Lane.
Okay.
I was looking for a thumbnail for Thin Blue Lane, but I didn't see one.
I don't recall seeing one either. Back then, doing my own brakes, did pads 4 months apart, basically a month before the power steering issue. Then just after I got that fixed. That was a surprise, though, just kidding. Well, it was mentioned last week on her live.
I understand.
Are you planning on going live, Sharon?
I'm learning that vehicles can be a funny thing sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm going from 6 to 7. B's will be 7 to 8, and then Amy's will be 8 to whenever.
8 to 9 or 8 to 10. I know Angie Hay Family Adventures is going to at 9 o'clock Eastern, so 10 o'clock or 10 o'clock Eastern. So
Yeah, I see where it's been snowing in Utah.
I'm just glad it's not snowing here.
We had some flakes yesterday, but not enough to even cover the ground. It pretty much melted.
Hey, Troy.
Hello, Troy.
What's tomorrow, Sandra?
No, she said, I think she said she can wait till tomorrow for a live.
Oh. Megan, it's Angie. Nate wasn't going live this week because of work and finals.
I just gotta get all that taken care of before Christmas.
Hey, Troy, from Camp Maintenance Guy.
Thank you for subscribing, Troy. I've seen you join my group. Friends here. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Last winter was terrible, Megan. Actually, it was just like 5 days. That was terrible.
5 days that threw everything into chaos down there.
Right? And like I've said, like I've had Kansas City winters. I've had bad winters. I've had bad snowstorms and ice storms and all of it. We didn't have much snow, but it was the worst winter storm I've ever been through.
Excuse me, sir? You're gonna have to wait till after I'm done.
What does he want?
He's sitting here with his paws up on the couch beside me, just looking at me. I'll feed you when I'm done. Let's have a few bites of my own. You can't have it. It's too spicy. Sharon says, being a helper for UPS is brutal. I imagine, especially at this time of year. The delivery has picked up a lot in the last couple of years. People ordering things online.
Mm.
Anybody else that can come in that have any bucket list things they'd like to do? I think place being prepared is definitely a big difference.
Yep, definitely does.
Oh yeah, so like lines freezing and everything else because they don't figure they have to worry about that.
And like I said, like in Kansas City, it snows. You see all the snow plows everywhere. You'll see like them in like tandem, like going down the interstate. I didn't see one that entire time.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Well, a couple weeks ago when I met up with V and Steve in London, and we're sitting there talking, and it was snowing, and in London, there's tons of plows went by. Like we're sitting in the Tim Hortons parking lot, and there had to be like 8 plows went by, or salt trucks, or whatever. And then that was on the Saturday. On the Tuesday, my cousin was flying out of the airport in London. We drove down there, and it snowed all the way down. The highway wasn't terrible, but got into the city of London itself to get to the airport, and the roads were awful. Like there hadn't been a plow or a salt truck or anything.
Hmm.
Cousin's running USPS routes every day, then turning around and running a package pickup route. No, thank you. Hi, Tim. Super Boomer. Hey, Megan. Go back to work, Tim. Don't work too hard.
See you, Tim.
Talk to you later.
Bye, Tim.
Mousy dog. No. Megan used to work at a gas station. The plows would powwow for at their bleh. Plows would powwow at for their meetings. 5-minute planning meeting, 45 minutes of coffee drinking. Probably pretty much. I don't think we haven't even had enough here for the plows to go out. It's just I don't even think I've seen the salt trucks because we haven't really had. I think we had an inch, 1 to 2 inches the one day, and the roads were fine. I had yesterday morning we had like less than an inch.
Am I ready for it?
Had more salt that the maintenance people put out here on the sidewalks than was on the road, and it's crazy. Which I'm fine with. It can wait till Christmas and then snow. As long as we don't get the snowstorm we got. Was it the first year we were in here? Christmas 2017 or Christmas 2017. We got a blizzard on Christmas Day. My older son did make it over, but we never made it anywhere that day.
I've driven in so much snow and ice and
Her son was hoping for a white birthday. He was disappointed.
if I ever have a white birthday, Michael Ann, if we ever have a white birthday, there's a big problem.
There is. And here in Canada or there in Texas, there's a big problem. We have a white birthday.
Oh, man.
In Australia, I guess we could have a white birthday, but
No, we'll take off. We'll win the lottery, and then we'll take off to Australia together to celebrate our birthday in the winter. Don't think so.
I would also like to visit Germany and get to see what Germany is like. Get to experience Germany.
So probably anywhere in Europe would be interesting. But I think
Hey, Van Life Rocks.
Hello, Ray. Another place I want to go is Iceland too, but that has to be in the summertime.
Yeah. Well, you know, Travel Adventures with Eric B. He just took a big trip to Iceland here for two.
he did.
Oh, here a while back, yeah.
Well, the doctor I worked for, he went to Iceland, and one of the girls I worked with, she went to Iceland the same year. And then I've watched a couple different people. There's a series on Netflix with Zac Efron, and he was in Iceland for a little thing, but they did like stuff that you wouldn't think about, like how they heat stuff in Iceland, and they're totally off the grid in Iceland.
Thanks, Ray, and I want to say hello to the Morris family. Hey, DJ.
Most of the stuff, the heat and stuff in Iceland is geothermal stuff. They dig down, like way down, and it's an interesting series to watch. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. Everybody saying hello, 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 hello. Josh would like to visit family in Spain.
Hmm. Hey, Van City Adventure.
Hello, Daryl. I have a cousin that's in, well, he works for the armed forces, but I've been wishing to go over to Europe, but they went from Romania to Poland, then Poland to Turkey. And this is kind of, I don't know if I want to go to Turkey because that's getting a little closer to where there's a lot of uneasiness over there.
Yeah.
Hey, DJ. Oops. Watched a cool video about growing vegetables in Iceland. Basically, geothermal heated greenhouses. Yep. Now we'll see Holy Land. I think the hot springs that they have there would be cool too. It's a huge, like almost like a lake. Then there's another place to show where they cook like a cake or bread in the ground. They dig a hole and they mix up the stuff and they put it in the pot and cover it and put it in the ground and leave it in there for 24 hours and take it out and it's cooked.
Interesting.
Yeah, Blue Lagoon, that's what it was. It's a huge hot spring. Say, Kenny or Lance, if you're in here, you want to drop V's link? You want to go raid there? Do a spoiled mama raid over there? Yeah, Ray, that's pretty special, spending time with your son. Especially when he's younger. You were there in 2005? Cool. I wish I had, spent more time with my sons when they're younger. I did, but unfortunately their father didn't, but they grew up too fast. Way too fast. It seems like I blinked and suddenly they're 23 and 27. Daryl saying Ray and the boys should do a live together. That would be interesting.
Speaking of people doing a live together, there's a select panel that I would love to do a live with just for the fun of it.
Oh, really?
On that live.
You'll have to tell me about that.
Well, one of them's in chat that I would like to have on there, and there's 5 of them that I'd like to, because I can only have 6 people.
What do you guys do for dinner, Ray, when you're to get with your son?
Daryl wants to know who it is. It's a certain group of people who have experiences with a certain individual. I would just like them all on the panel at the same time, just for kicks and just for laughs. Just for laughs. Even if it was like 5 minutes of just, all of us just being on the same panel, I think it would be hilarious.
Megan's having a salad. Whoa, that jumped. Come on, give the list, Amy. Angel Gypsy, explore the caves of Utah and travel the Oregon Trail.
So, funny thing about Oregon Trail. So, where I grew up, the city that I'm technically from, is
Sounds like
Independence,
group
Missouri.
therapy.
Yeah. Is Independence, Missouri. So if you've played the game Oregon Trail, where does Oregon Trail begin? In Independence, Missouri. Well, we have a festival there every year over Labor Day called Santa Calagon. So it's for the Santa Fe, the Oregon, and the California trails because they all started in Independence or crossed through in Independence. But when I was little, like kindergarten, like first grade, second grade, when you played Oregon Trail, I wasn't comprehending enough to know that. In my mind, I started in Independence because I lived in Independence.
Mhm.
Didn't realize because you hadn't really learned really about the Oregon Trail a whole lot until I got older and realized that wasn't the case.
Oops.
Oh, it didn't start in Independence because I lived in Independence. It started in Independence because that's where the trail started. But it was cool because you could drive in certain parts of Independence, and the signs would be there for the trails, like so you could see where the trails were. It was really cool. And then even with Harry S. Truman being there, his house was kind of near where the trails were, so there's a lot of history in the downtown part of Independence.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, but if I was able to take some time and travel, I'd like to go back out like towards BC and then drop down into Washington and Oregon. Just from what I've seen on other not lives, but other videos. It's a lot of neat stuff to see. Megan misses that game. Angel Gypsy says it was a good game. That's pretty. I don't know if we had any games like that.
Where it tells you died of dysentery, and then as an 8-year-old, you didn't know what dysentery was, but somebody on your little covered wagon died of it.
Callie, enough. Yeah. Stop. You were just out.
Oh, I can hear it whining.
Anybody want a dog? You're not even my dog.
Dog's enough for me.
Oh. Nope. Come here. No? You don't want to be on camera? You're suddenly camera shy? Fine. There. Here. Look up here. Look up here. There's no food there for you. Ugh. This elementary school, there was one year we walked downtown to look at the damage from the Civil War.
That's cool.
That is cool. No, it's not. Really didn't have a lot of historical stuff around here that we went to see. Let's go on a bus tour over the outside of the city. Okay, that's what's exciting. Like some old houses here, we didn't get to see that. There's some museums around here, we didn't get to see those. Well, it wasn't until I was older and could drive places myself.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm gonna sign off here, folks, and let's go raid Call Me V's channel with her special guest host. And we'll get back here again next Thursday.
See y'all over there. Bye, guys. Thanks for having me up.
Thank you.
Good to have
Bye.
you guys. Thanks for coming up. Can you drop the link there? We're done. Okay. Well, I'll catch you later.
It's still showing you're live.
Yep.
Okay.